Hello, welcome to another exciting episode of New to VRO2. And today we're going to talk about a subject that a lot of collectors will find near and dear to their heart. We all talk about or showcase our collectibles, our prized items. But what about those things that actually holds our collectibles in place? When it comes to that, there's a lot of different variations, some domestic, some abroad, or basically people just take what they could get. But actually, how you display your pieces speaks about you as a collector. It's kind of like an unspoken thing. Now, everyone has their own preferences, so I'm going to share some my personal favorite display, and it's Iain's display stands, located in located in Port St. Lucie, Florida, in the Treasure Coast. I've gotten to know Iain recently, and he's one of the most stand-up gentlemen out there. He's more than willing to help you and to match you with the stands that meets your needs. He has a wide range of stands spanning mostly from the Kenner Star Wars to even G.I. Joe, and it's always expanding. He has stands for not only figures but vehicles as well. So we're just going to give a very basic one-on-one on Iain's displays. And here we go. So we're going to begin this video with an ensemble of both Star Wars and G.I. Joes to give you a better idea of why I feel Iain's display stands are a cut above the rest. For example, let's look at the traditional black. Here we have Snake Eyes and Quick Kick. So everyone is probably familiar with these. They came in the 80s, G.I. Joe figures. They're nice. They're black or whatever colors. There's some with different colors, especially in the 90s. They had those ugly fluorescent ones. So, a lot of collectors don't like that. So they want to look for an alternative. Another type of stand is you see Alpine and the Viper in these big circle stands. And while these are nice, you have a good, nice base. The thing is they take up a lot of space in a stand or on a shelf. I mean, look at that. That's basically, you could pair that up, and then you got these two. And then I'm just going to show you what happens when you do Iain's. I mean, you could do same amount, two. I mean, if you want to get them close together. And basically, you got three. So you could pack your figures a little closer together if space is a premium, and better, for your dioramas and display, because they are clear and they don't take up. Another thing I wanted to point out is, again, I have the vintage Star Wars and the vintage G.I. Joe, and they fit perfectly on both figures. A lot of people complain because of the fragile of the plastics as they're getting old, how the feet are actually very delicate, and some people have reported heels being broken or what have you. And I'm going to be honest, I have to be careful with these bigger circumference ones, circle ones, because they're either, some of them are too tight or some of them are too loose, especially with black major figures, which is another topic I'll get into later. But black major figures fit really loosely on these big circle stands. However, on Iain's, they fit perfect. I don't know what it is. I mean, the dimensions have to be somewhat same, but they fit perfectly for Star Wars, the Kenner Star Wars, the Hasbro vintage, retro vintage G.I. Joe figures. Just a very perfect fit to them. And another thing I'm going to point out is let's look at Princess Leia here. Now, this is more for Star Wars Kenner. Iain has displays that follows the chronological history of Leia. So for example, from New Hope all the way to Return of the Jedi, the various different versions of Princess Leia. Here we have the Cloud City. but Iain has a stand where basically you could collect, like from the Honey Bun, Obi-Wan, You're My Only Hope, all the way to, you know, the Endor Leia. So he has spots for each, and I'll show you a picture of that. The other thing I wanted to also touch base on is Iain also has displays for vehicles. Not G.I. Joe at this time, but definitely the Star Wars. So one display I'm looking to get is the hot, I don't know if I've heard, the hot speeder. And of course this one needs cleaning, but this is the original 1981 Empire Strikes Back speeder. So obviously I do want to have that display somewhere down the road, and Iain has such a wonderful display stand for that. And I'll show you a picture of that. So basically, I just wanted to present everybody with a sample on what I believe is the best stands out there on the market. Everyone has their own preference and taste. I am not being compensated for this video, what have you. I'm just a collector sharing with other collectors something that I think may be beneficial to everyone. I highly recommend these, and I don't get these anymore. I don't want the black ones, and I don't want these big, these big bulky circle ones that the Viper is on. So I highly recommend Iain stands. For more information about Iain and his stands, please look at the comment below. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask away. I'll be more than happy to answer them to the best of my knowledge. And if I can't provide you with the answer, I'll be happy to get you in contact with Iain. Again, he's a first-class guy, American, lives here in Florida, sells products out of his house. So, you know, you want to support people like that. Your dollar should go to help people that have businesses like that, not to big corporations or overseas. So you have a good feeling of, you know, putting your dollars back into the country and the GDP. So that's basically it for my review of Iain's display stands. I hope it was helpful to everybody. And once again, thank you for watching New to Vero 2. Have an excellent day. Bye-bye.